Hey everyone, how are you? I thought I'd take the time to share with you something that I got in the mail, something I'm quite excited for. And I got this much sooner than I thought I would. I didn't expect it to come so soon, but since it did, I ordered two of these. These are the wireless controllers from Krikzz. They're branded as Joyzz. Krikzz is more known for his EverDrives. This is just something different from him. And it's exciting because I've been waiting for the perfect 6-button wireless SEGA Genesis controller, and I know that Retrobit is making these controllers now because they have a partnership with SEGA officially. But you know what? As soon as I heard that Krikzz was making his own, and I knew that he has been working on these for a while, I decided to just go with what he has, just based on how excellent his EverDrives are. So basically, I opened these right from the box. It was a small box. These are very tiny, these boxes. And so I decided let's just open it. Now, interestingly enough, if you look here on the bottom, there's no tape that seals it. There's no sticker that keeps it closed. It is literally something that just opens wide up. I did not open this as of yet. So I figured I was going to save this right for the camera. So without further ado, let's open these up. Alright, so we're going to open the first one, and this is cool. This I'm excited for. I ordered a black one and that see-through frosted one, and this looks like it's the black one. The packaging is really good. It's definitely solid. And here's the wireless receiver. Zoom in on that for you. So this is it. It's got that little wireless logo right on the top. There we go. Good lighting here. It's got a little sync button here. Oh yeah, you can hear that perfectly fine. And this is powered through the system. Alright, and it's been years since I held a SEGA Genesis controller, but these buttons seem pretty good. The C is a little bit on the soft side. It feels like it's been pressed in for a while, but the thing's getting stuck. Yeah, this is awesome. Very responsive. Nothing so much going on in the back here. This is definitely a SEGA Genesis controller, and this is supposed to have 150 hours of battery life. So that's crazy. That's crazy awesome. So let me just zoom in a little bit for you. Get a good close-up view of this. There we are. Alright, that's one controller. And give me 1 second here while I open up the next one. Let me zoom out. So here we are. I'll keep this here. That's cool. That frosted one is a nice touch. Black receiver, it's not frosted like the controller, it's completely unnecessary. So this is pretty sweet. Huh. That's really nice. Same feel. This button, this control is perfect. C button on this is a little bit soft, felt like it's been pressed in for a while. It'll hopefully work its way out in time. This one's excellent. D-pad feels really great. That's, of course, one of the most important things when it comes to recreating controllers. And up until 8BitDo came around and finally released their NES Pro controllers, D-pads before 8BitDo just kind of sucked for the most part when it came to wireless controllers. Seems like nobody was able to make them properly, but now, finally, we're getting controls that work right. Okay, so you can see through this one a little bit, and I didn't even show you this in the black one here. There's a standard USB charger. It's great. Oh, you got a mode button. For some reason this stood out a little bit more for me on the see-through controller than the black one. But let me zoom in and show you these. Here we are. I'll zoom in even closer. Yeah, so your typical recharger, same you would use to recharge the PlayStation 4 controller. But yeah, these are very common cables. He didn't include any. Not really a big deal. I mean, seriously, they're not expensive to obtain, and they're very common. So this is very nice, I gotta say. Pretty sweet. And that's, well, there's only one last thing to do. That's to test them out. It's a little rough going in. Not so bad though. Just gotta give it a little bit of a push. Okay. Alright, so now we have everything up and running, and we gotta press the sync button on the receiver. Don't mind my oven. I know what you're thinking. What the hell? That oven is completely inactive. There's no gas that goes to it, so since it's practically useless, I found a use for it. So, in any case, let's just sync up the controllers. Alright, and I'm supposed to press on the controller here, XYZ, and the mode button. You press all those at the same time and that should sync up. So let's just see if it does. Here we go. I'm going to press all three of these, pushing them in with mode. Okay, so now I have the black controller synced up, and let's just see. Well, it works. Feels very responsive. I do not detect any sort of input lag whatsoever, which is wonderful. So, last thing to try out, well, looks like there's different ways of syncing this though, so I may have synced it wrong.
Live from your grave.
Okay, I see the problem here. I'll tell you this much, it's pretty interesting to play two players at once.
Welcome to your doom.
Alright, so rule of thumb, don't connect both of them right away. So we're going to unplug player 2, and now we should boot it up and sync it. Alright. So my initial impressions are a little on the disappointed side. That's not to say that these are bad, but maybe these controllers need to be charged. So I'm going to try giving them a full charge. They feel great. They're, I mean, they're definitely a solid build quality, but don't put in both receivers into your SEGA Genesis and turn on one controller, because they'll both sync to one controller. And it was kind of funny playing Altered Beast, 2 players on one controller, but that's, you know, it does have a little bit of an issue slightly with receiving the signal. You know, it has a little bit of a jitter. It controls and it's 0 lag, but when you have 2 receivers working off of just one controller, there's interference. So I'm gonna fully charge these controllers separately, and then I'm gonna just plug in one receiver, turn it on, wait for it to sync, and that's it. I tried to sync one of these controllers afterwards. It wasn't happening. So I'll get back to you with how these are once I have this running properly. But again, I have full faith in Krikzz. He's you know, again, he makes quality products. I was so excited to try out the SEGA Genesis the first time, but I guess I'm just going to have to wait a little bit longer. I just hope that all these need is a recharge, and that's it. But alright, well, if you like this video, you can like, comment, or subscribe. I will test these out further, but as of right now, just a little bit disappointing.